What's going on? What's going on? Damn, man. In the East Coast, cold as hell. It was warm yesterday. But it's the morning, though. We'll see how the day goes. But anyway, on to some boxing. So Tyson Fury comes out and he says that Deontay Wilder wanted $20 million step aside money, but they're not going to give it to him. And they're going to, he's going to go in there and take out the big Dawson or whatever it is. This was pretty much what he was saying yesterday. Now, as far as that statement goes, it makes no sense to me that he wouldn't take the money if that was the case, But Deontay Wilder's team came out and made it very clear that no, we've never wanted to step aside money, and it's something that we don't care about. What we care about is, getting it, taking our revenge, and that's what their focus is. That's what their focus is taking that revenge. Now, hey, you can choose to listen to people who have been lying to you consistently and have been proven to have been liars, especially with this judge's decision. The people who just told you, that 2 days ago that is 100% that other fight was done, was ready to go. Then the next day, turns out that's not the case. The ones who had already the stadium already booked in Vegas for a massive fight. The ones that were telling you, Wilder had no leg to stand on when it came to that arbitration, no legal standing whatsoever. Hey, you can listen to those people if you want to, but to each his own. But I'm going to listen to the people who've been consistent with their, where they stand for all these months and have turned out to actually being correct in what they said. But let's speak hypothetically, though. I love, speaking in hypotheticals when there's a lot of bull-ish going on. So let's do this with this. Let's for a second say that, he did offer, say, hey, give me $20 million and I'll go away. Why wouldn't you give him that? That is like that is a come up. That is a come up. You're not, by you facing Deontay Wilder, you're going to make probably what, $30 million in that fight? Let's say even $40 million. Let's say it's a huge pay-per-view, it's a huge gate, and let's say you end up making like $40 million. And that's, you might make that. We don't know with the climate and everything like that. We don't know what's going to happen when it comes to that fight when they fight. Why would you do that? You're getting supposedly $75 million to fight Anthony Joshua. $75 million, and you're fighting for undisputed in the biggest fight to ever be in the UK. Supposedly the Tyson Fury, that quote, doesn't care about money. Also, by the way, that means even you take away the $20 million that you're supposed to give to Deontay Wilder, you're making $55 million. That's $55 million that is guaranteed in your pocket. That's not including U.S. pay-per-views, whatever little money they get from that. That's not including UK pay-per-view, which is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be monstrous. You're doing 2-3 million or more pay-per-views when it comes to the UK. So you're making a killing off of that. That's not including all the merch. And the UK, how they love their fighters. Whatever merch they put out there is going to sell like hotcakes. Okay, whatever tens of millions you make off that merchandise. Not including all that, not including whatever the zone has to pay you guys in order for you guys to stage, to have them have the ability to stage that fight, to the rest of the world. All that, not including all that, or whatever the place that don't have the zone, the fees, the site, the fees that they're going to pay you in order to televise that fight. You're literally probably, who knows, you could end up making, 80 million plus, 80 to 100 million plus off that fight. And then you have a rematch. Do you have a rematch clause? Obviously you're going to have a rematch clause, but you're looking at making that again. You're looking at making that again. So you're talking about, who knows, off the two fights, $150 million that you're looking at. Or you can just fight this guy instead and make that 30 million or whatever it is that you're going to make, 30-40 million. It doesn't make any sense. Obviously the play would be to go ahead and pay him off and then to go ahead and do the Anthony Joshua fight. You beat Anthony Joshua twice, or even if you lose, you're good. You retire after that. Or if you win them and you're victorious in those two, then you round it back and then you take on Deontay Wilder after that. But the move would be to pay that $20 million. It's moronic. It would be asinine not to pay him that money if that's all he asked for. $20 million. That's it. That's it. You're paying $20 million so you can make 55. Minimum. Because obviously, you got to take that, that $20 million cut because you're taking it off of that. You got to take that off the top. So, you're guaranteed $55 million. So when you look at the math for him to brush it off and laugh at that amount, financially, it makes absolutely no sense for you to do so. It's moronic actually for you not to, for you not to take that deal if that's what he offered. But I know other people would just look at him like, oh, he wanted $20 million. Oh, he wanted $20 million. Blah, blah, that's how they're going to look at it. They're not even going to actually sit there and think and look at the math. Because if you sit there and you think and you look at the math, it makes no sense. For them not to go ahead with that deal if it was on the table. Just like everything else, they've said if you understand what's going on, made no sense in the last couple of months. But again, when somebody, consistently lies to you over and over and over and over and over and over again, I mean, at some point you got to stop listening to them, and a lot of times it's very simple to, to look at the BS, just sit there, think, analyze everything, and you're able to see through all of it, through absolutely all of it. But, the reality of the situation is Deontay Wilder never asked for no, he never asked for no, step aside money. This is the man that turned down $100 million from DAZN because DAZN could not guarantee an Anthony Joshua fight. I say if you can't guarantee the Anthony Joshua fight, there's no point in me, signing with you, because Anthony Joshua was not signed to DAZN. They had no contract in there or his name or nothing like that said, hey, we're fighting. It's one whatever fight, then after that it's going to be us fighting. None of that was there. So he said, hell no. This is a man of principle, and he's shown that with his actions over and over and over again. He said he wants revenge and blood. He doesn't care about the money, and he's standing to his words. And I guess by July, August, September, whatever the fight's gonna happen, he's gonna get his opportunity. He's gonna get his opportunity to get his belt back. He's gonna get his opportunity to get his revenge back, and he's gonna get the opportunity to put himself right back on top of the game, right back on top of the division. As the baddest man on the planet. And we'll see if he can do it. These are the moments right here. These are the type of situations, I call them the Ali moments. These are the Ali moments. The moments where if you're victorious in these type of situations, you'll remember forever. Where 30, 40, 50 years from now, people are talking about you. Your grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, when they walk into that classroom, they're like, what's your name? Is your grandfather Deontay Wilder? Like, yeah. Like, oh, it becomes one of those type of situations. So we'll see if he can get it done. But for now, like, subscribe, share. Stop listening to the BS. Stop letting people lie to you. Stop being rocks and letting yourselves be thrown in every direction. I'm out.